Those of you that I know and many of you that I don't know very personally, who have worked so long and so hard and so tenaciously to make this day possible. You know, I come to these events and I get a little tired of all the self-congratulation that you hear. Thank you for all the people who said nice things about me, but the fact is that I do want to take a moment to say a word about our president and about our congressional leaders who made this day possible. We would not be here today if it were not for President Barack Obama's acknowledgement that our economy was in trouble and that our nation and the individual states needed help. And it was not an easy decision to make. And I'm grateful for Sherrod Brown, Senator Brown, and Zach Space, and Charlie Wilson, and others who had the courage to cast a difficult vote, knowing that they would be subject to criticism. Criticism's always going to be a part of any decision making. But Ohio would be flat on its face today without that stimulus bill. We all know we've got very difficult economic problems, budget problems. But let me give you just one example in addition to this infrastructure money. Ohio has already received and spent more than $1 billion in federal Medicaid resources. Now, what do those Medicaid resources do? They provide assistance to disabled Ohioans. They provide health care to poor children who are in need of medical care. They provide nursing home assistance to our senior population who are no longer able to stay at home or who need in-home assistance. $1 billion already just in Medicaid. Now, if we had not received that money, those vital services would have been terminated, or we would have had an additional $1 billion hole in our state's budget. That's just one example. But what we're celebrating today is another part of the stimulus bill, and that's the money that's coming for infrastructure. And I just want to say thank you to Zach and to Charlie. We would not be here. This event would not be taking place. This road would not be built for probably another 5 to 6 years if they had not cast the vote they cast. Now, they understand, and I think we all understand, that we are bearing the brunt of an economic recession that is not of our own making. Our main streets are suffering today because of the relentless greed of Wall Street that took the national and even international economies over the edge. Because of the efforts of this stimulus bill, we have been able to avoid the second Great Depression. But there's no doubt about it, we are dealing with a great recession. And in times like these, I am glad to be and proud to be an Ohioan. Ohioans are resilient. We have been knocked down, my friends, but we have not been knocked out, and we are standing up and fighting back. We will work our way through this recession. Recovery will come, and prosperity will return to our people. In Ohio, we are investing $1.1 billion in transportation stimulus funds through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. These dollars are putting Ohioans to work in every region of our state, and these dollars are going to be creating the opportunities for tomorrow. Now, we've targeted these funds to develop unique regional economic assets. unlike some states that chose to use their transportation stimulus dollars to do rather routine things like paving and pothole filling, what we've tried to do is identify the projects that are in some way vitally linked to economic growth.